episode 21 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics, chronologically. Kind of. Alright, we're going to Detective Comics number 44. It released October 1940. It is 13 pages, and this one is called The Land Behind the Light, right?
This is a good one. Yeah.
The Land Behind the Light. This is our Halloween issue. It's in October, so...
It is Halloween-y, too.
It's Halloween-y.
Yeah, this one's stupid.
I like it. I do like it.
Anyway,
this one's full of action. Full of action.
Anyway, the cover is
pointless.
Batman's hiding behind a chimney,
like
you do.
Guy shot a brick.
Guy shot a brick, and Robin's kicking him in the face. So, do you think Batman's hiding to sneak up on the guy, or is he hiding to spy on Robin? What do you think?
No. He saw a guy with a gun and hid, and hoped that the guy shot Robin and killed him because he wants to see Robin dead.
Yes, he wants to see Robin.
I told you this. He's trying to get Robin killed.
Still cannot kill Robin.
No, Robin's unkillable. Well,
that's fair.
For now.
You're right.
For now.
Anyway, this is 10 cents, but it's 15 cents in Canada.
Yeah, I see that now. You mentioned that in the last podcast, and I didn't notice it.
Yeah. So apparently Canada has to spend 5 more cents on it.
Yeah, Canadians.
Their money wasn't worth as much as ours.
You pay 15 cents.
No, it's worth more than ours because they have to pay more.
It's worth less because they're spending more for the comic.
Yeah. Their 15 cents is worth our 10 cents.
Yes.
Any more, that is different now. But back then...
Whatever, let's just get into this.
This awesome one. Look at this splash page. Look at this splash page.
All right, Uncle Chris, explain this splash page.
It's awesome. Batman is on like a dresser next to an alarm clock, and he's got this giant and a rope, and the giant's getting ready to step on Robin and squish him.
Yeah, no, this is a room, and Batman and Robin are like the size of
I feel like they
mice.
needed to bring the flowers back for this one. This is where they needed the Alice in Wonderland flowers.
We're not supposed to mention the flowers.
Oh, you're right. The flower. They're he who should not be named.
I will never forget the flowers. Even though Batman did, I will not.
Yeah, but they don't talk about it, so we're not supposed to talk about it.
I won't. I refuse.
So, the splash page has nothing to do with anything. It's just a splash page as usual. But we truly open with Robin reading a book, waiting for Batman to come home, as you do.
If something crazy is going to happen, it happens at midnight in all these comics, right?
Yes.
Because once I seen it was 12 o'clock, I knew that something was going to happen because it's 12 o'clock.
It's 12 o'clock. It's a creepiest hour, you know?
Yeah, it's the wishing hour.
Have you ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
I don't think I have.
I've seen a couple episodes here and there.
One of the jokes in it is nothing good ever happens after midnight.
Oh.
It's like, if you make it to midnight, you should probably go home and go to bed, because if you stay out, nothing good happens after midnight. And Batman proves that, because everything at midnight is always a bad thing. When the clock strikes midnight...
If you fall down the steps at midnight, you turn into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes, don't bump your head after midnight.
So, Robin's reading a book, waiting for Batman. He stretches, complaining that Batman's not back yet, and then Batman comes home.
As soon as I saw him stretch in that panel, I knew the ending of this.
So did I, and it pissed me off so much. I hated this one because of it.
Oh, I knew it right away. I knew it, and I mean, I like the way what they did with it, but I knew it right away.
Anyway, Batman comes home with a clue that led him to the door of Dr. Marco, who's doing some kind of experiment. He's a madman.
Yeah, and you know he's a madman because there's fog all around his house.
Yes, he is a madman.
Yeah.
And they're apparently in, 19th century London now.
13 Bleak Street, wherever that is.
Yeah. I mean, it looks...
very bleak.
It looks
bleak.
It looks like London, and with all the fog and the architecture and stuff like that.
Yeah, the light post and...
Wherever it is, the moon comes out at night, not during the day like it does in Gotham.
I didn't even see the moon.
Yeah, it's on that first panel.
Oh, it's behind his, his bubble.
Yeah.
So Dr. Marco is expecting him, and then right now, I knew this wasn't real, because he just lets someone through the front door.
Yeah, Batman didn't go through the window.
Yeah, he doesn't go through a window. Marco's expecting him. He's doing experiments to create a portal to the 4th dimension.
Yeah, 4D.
Yep. And he creates it. He shows him the portal, and then he walks through the portal, and Batman and Robin follow him through.
The guy disappears into this portal, and they're like, "Oh, I guess we better go find him."
We better walk in and see where he went.
If I was there, I'd be like, "Well, it's a shame for that guy. Let's get out of here, Robin."
Why did he do that? I'm gonna go home now.
Yeah.
It says, I don't know where Marco has gone, but there's one sure way of finding out. I'm going to walk into that light.
Oh my god.
And then Robin's like, then I'm going with you. And they walk into the light.
If this was all real, then Batman would have stepped aside and said, "Robin, you go first."
Yeah, and he would have kicked him right into the lake.
So they end up in a strange land with mountains and gnarled trees and grass. And then suddenly, a giant comes and picks them up.
The way this page was drawn, they had to put numbers and arrows on it, so it didn't freak me out.
He had to tell you where to go because it was just so jumbled up. Like
I felt like I was on a choose your own adventure thing. Oh, let's go to the giants holding them first, and then go backwards to the hands.
Yeah, like even the first two panels are mixed up.
Yeah, and the first two panels are together.
Yes,
like
but
there's a line between them.
Through.
Oh, I see. They're walking out of that laboratory and into the world. Yeah, they're backwards.
But it's backwards. Yeah, it's like, like the whole thing's back.
This is craziness. I feel like maybe it's like a dream or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost seems that way.
So this giant who has giant hoop earrings and elf ears, picks them up and cleavage, and picks them up and takes them to the kingdom and throws them in a giant jail.
He also is wearing the championship belt.
Oh yeah,
he is. He's the champion.
He's the champion.
No, he is. He actually has a title. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I forget what it is too.
But he throws them in a giant jail cell and says, "You're too small. You won't be able to get out of there." But they didn't check Batman, so of course he can get out there because he's got his rope with his batarang attached to it.
Yep, his silken rope.
So,
and the window's so big that they just climb right out.
And then they jump down the giant steps.
So they're not going to fall for getting picked up by a giant again, right? After
no,
this. Like they know now to look behind them for giants, right?
Of course not. But what they didn't expect was the giant cat.
Ah, the giant cat. I did see the giant cat
that tries to eat Robin, but Batman jumps on its back and rides it for a little while.
Ever since I saw Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I often think that if I got shrunk, my cat would eat me. My cat would kill me and eat me.
Your cat would eat you.
Yeah, the cat does not care. A cat will kill you and eat you if you get shrunk.
Will eat you.
Well, apparently all you have to do when you're that size is full Nelson your cat, like Batman did.
I think Batman kills this cat. He puts it in the full Nelson, and he holds it until it dies.
He just knocks it out.
It doesn't matter if he killed him or not. It really doesn't matter.
What, you're not going to count it? You're not going to count it?
TJ is so angry at this issue.
Come on. Look, TJ, he's riding that cat like a bronco. This is an awesome comic. I don't care what you say.
So they get picked up by the giant a second time.
They fell for it a second time. Look at this.
Oh, man.
And the giant takes him to his king, who has a giant court jester next to him.
He sure does. With a giant court jester on a stick.
Yes, he does.
And the king thinks that these Batman and Robin are spies for the small people.
Yeah, he also thinks that the small people are trying to breed giants, and that's why they're bigger than the small people.
Yes, so that he says, is actually a sentence in the comic.
Yes, and he says kill them at once.
So the king's gonna kill them, but Batman picks up pepper and throws it in his eye.
Ah, that was smart. He got away with that.
And then the other giant tries to crush Batman and Robin, but they're on a spoon. So Batman gets flung and kicked up and kicks the giant in the nose.
This is real, people. This is real.
Then Robin ducks underneath them, so Batman can kick him in the butt through a vase.
Yes.
So now, all of a sudden, even though what happened twice already is the giant just picks him up and throws him around like a rag doll, now all of a sudden Batman and Robin can fight the giants.
Yeah, they're throwing them around.
It was never shown that they couldn't beat them up there. They've always been taken by surprise.
So all the giant has to do is pick them up, and then it takes them out of their element, I guess, and they can't fight?
They still have that soft spot in the back of their heads.
That's right. They're probably worried about the soft spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, how come they didn't knock their heads together?
Because they wanted to talk to them. They didn't want to knock them out.
Because the giant didn't think much of them. That's why they're small. They could just throw them in the giant jail.
Yeah.
So the giant has a sword now.
Yeah, he does.
And he's coming after Robin, and so Robin uses his slingshot.
And there's no more sword.
and there's no more sword, and then Batman uses his rope, and Robin's got a rope now.
Wait, now the giant has a giant mustache. When he gets hit in the head with the slingshot, his head goes back? What is that? Is that a giant mustache?
It looks like it, but I don't think
does.
so. I don't
That's
think
so weird.
Oh, no, he does have a mustache or something.
He's got a Fu Manchu.
When he has the sword, he has a Fu Manchu.
We're not going back to the racism.
No, don't worry. That's coming. We're going to apologize for that pretty soon. Don't worry about that.
Anyway, the king sneezes. Batman throws one giant through a vase and throws another one into a bell, it looks like. Batman throws food in the king's face. Robin picks up a pitchfork, it looks like. And then they both use an umbrella as a parachute and jump out the
awesome.
window.
That is so smart. They got the umbrella and jumped out the window and used it for a parachute.
Then they go Mary Poppins out the window.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. But when they land, Robin gets captured by an eagle.
It's a condor, by the way, and this may be the most action we've had in any of the comic books so far.
Yes.
So this condor is taking Robin away, and then these two children giants are playing with a real model airplane with engine and gasoline.
Yeah, and controls, little tiny controls.
Yeah, it's a real plane.
If you were a giant kid and there were little people, you would never have the controls on the plane for the little people to be able to use.
What I'm thinking is that a real plane that just got sucked into the fourth dimension and they just started to toy?
See that?
Or
making sense of this now.
Is it the little people's plane that the giants stole?
I don't think
the kids are playing with it.
I don't think they're advanced enough for that.
Well, we'll find out. Well, anyway, Batman kills this condor. He stabs him.
With what?
Yes.
With a knife.
I don't see that.
Batman hurls his knife with uncanny skill and stabs the condor.
Yeah.
And then catches Robin.
So
do we count that as a kill?
No.
Come on.
TJ isn't even counting this as an episode, so
no.
Taking out the ending aside, it's still just an animal.
Okay.
But they land again, and every time they land, something bad happens, because now a crocodile shows up, and they compare it to a dragon.
A giant crocodile. It doesn't look that big. You're right.
It does not look that big.
No.
Robin says it's as big as a dragon as Batman throws a pitchfork into its eye.
Yeah, see, I think Batman's got problems. They say serial killers start out with animals. He's killing all these animals. He killed a cat.
Well, he started out with like 30 people. So
yeah, he killed people first, so now he's going backwards.
His death count is 30 at the moment.
Is it 30? That was a good guess.
Robin's only at 1 or 2 at the moment. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I think he's at 1 or 2, something like that.
But they stumble upon the small village.
And Dr. Marco.
And the small village look like leprechaun people.
Yep.
They're little tiny people.
Yeah, they're smaller than Batman and Robin. But then, so, Batman and Robin tell them about the giants. Oh, I'm sorry. The giants were planning on attacking the small village the following day.
Yeah, they were talking about war.
They're talking about war. Why didn't they just do this earlier? Like, they are apparently right next door. I don't know why they didn't already do this. If they're just
you got to plan for war. You can't just jump into war.
The small people prepare for war. They get cannons and stuff like that.
Slingshot.
Their sizes change because at one point they're walking and they're about half the size of Batman, and then at another point he picks up the one that looks like Wimpy from Popeye, and he's got him in the palm of his hand.
In his hand, yes. That is, yes.
They're different sizes.
Yeah.
Not everyone's the same size. He's just a midget among them.
Oh, whoa, that's a bad word there, I think. I'm not sure.
Don't you dare say that again.
All right. Small person.
You're a sizist. Don't be a sizist, TJ.
Dwarf.
I don't know what the right
whatever
word
the politically correct term is.
Don't be a sizist.
In this, again, it doesn't matter.
Now, I think he does say midgets, too. Yeah, he does. In the land of giants and midgets.
Yes.
So, as they're preparing war, the giants show up and start attacking the village. And I mean, like, they're just knocking houses over.
Is it me, or did the little people, like, get military garb? They got, like, army fatigue and stuff.
But they're always dressed in green.
Yeah, they were in green already.
But the giants come and try to knock down they knock down houses and stuff. And then the little people shoot cannons at them. And then the giants play baseball with it. With the cannonballs.
We're in another spot where they had to number the panels again, too, because I would have been lost again.
All jumbled again.
Yeah.
So, this is a different dimension. How do they have baseball?
But I don't know. They knew what baseball was. I like the next panel where the giant falls down. It's very cartoonish. The giant looks like,
he falls down and like 6 small people are using a slingshot to hit him in the face with a
they're gonna nail him in the face with a cannonball.
And they hit him in the nose, apparently. And you're right, Lump, they do have planes.
Yeah, Batman got the planes or something.
They have planes and they're dropping, what are they dropping on them?
Oh, they're dropping bags of bugs. Bees, hornets, gnats, mosquitoes.
Yeah, dropping poor insects on top of people.
Well, this was Batman's idea. They mentioned that it was Batman's idea because he don't care about animals.
Right, and then the main giant from the beginning is mad and he's chasing Robin. And he's about to get on, and then Bruce Wayne wakes him up because this is a stupid comic.
Oh, it's a dream! It had me the whole time, too. I knew from second panel that it was a dream.
It was a dream, and Robin was reading a book called Giants and Dwarfs in Myth and Fable.
Yeah, and Batman says that's potent stuff.
And it gives you bad dreams and nightmare, and Robin says, "You're telling me."
Well.
Uh-huh. Next month, back to reality, apparently.
I don't want to go back to reality. I like it here.
The reality of Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, and their ceaseless fight against crime in a new breathtaking adventure. That one's stupid. I hated it.
I liked it. It was full of adventure. It was drawn well. I liked the way it was drawn.
I liked it. I thought it was
enjoyed
good.
that one.
I hate any story that wastes my time.
I like that story better than the last one.
That story there was nothing there. All you needed to read was the first 2 pages and the last 3 panels, and that's all you needed.
You would have missed all the fun.
No. If dream sequences are stupid and don't belong in stories.
No way. You would have never got all these giants and stuff without the dream
I didn't
sequence.
want the giants and stuff.
They were awesome. Go back and look at them.
All pointless.
Giant cat. TJ, there's a giant cat.
It's
giant
just
Condor.
showing you the imagination of the laughing.
I'm sure when we get to when we get to the 1960s and 70s, they'll actually fight a giant cat, and it won't be a dream.
This is true. I heard there was some weird stuff going on.
We're not there yet.
I don't know if there's going to be giants, though, because in the appearances it says Batman, Robin, and then it says single appearances only. Dr. Marco, giants, King, somebody named Goral, dwarves, and that's it. And then it says the location was Wayne Manor. And I guess the 4th dimension that they didn't list.
The girl was the main giant that kept catching him over and over again.
And then he uses a bat rope and a batarang, and that's it.
Yeah. But none of it actually happened.
No.
Now, for some reason, I can click Dr. Marco. I wonder if he's... Oh, he shows up again on Earth 2, Dr. Marco.
Oh.
Yeah, Dr. Marco from Earth 2. He's got dimension travel, his abilities are science, and his weaknesses are mental illness. That's his weakness, his mental illness.
He did walk into the light.
Yeah, well, that started his mental illness right there.
Yes.
So we're going to have to look for him when we get up to Earth 2.
Well, Earth 2 is weird. I think it is, when we get to, like, the 70s and 80s, they just explain Earth 2 as pretty much 40s to 60s.
Okay.
And Earth 1 as present time. And Earth 2 is, like, because it has an older Batman and an older Superman. Like, they're gray in hair and stuff like that. But I think that's how they explain, like, the decades of comics and why they never age.
I got you.
And the different time periods. I think. I'm not 100%, but I think that's what it is.
Well, I'm going to say that it's true. TJ said it, so it must be right. Anybody who thinks it's wrong, go yell at him at our Facebook page that we didn't create yet.
Yes, we have nothing for you to complain on, but go for it. Please. You know what?
We will
Here's
eventually.
his email address.
Yeah. Here's his phone number. A5.
You know what's funny? You say that, but this is, episode 21? 21 weeks after releasing this one, there better be a Facebook page and a Twitter handle.
We're a little ahead, so we didn't figure that out yet. But maybe TJ will come back and edit this in. TJ will come back and edit it in here.
Yes.
TJ, right here, it should say our Facebook page is.
We don't have one because Uncle Chris still hasn't done it, and he's in charge of that aspect of the social media. But stay tuned after the episode for all the other social media stuff. And it'll say it not there at all. Because I refuse to do that. Anyway, I guess we're on the stupid joke time.
This is a bad one. Not as good as last week's with the duty. Why did Batman climb a tree?
Why?
He was looking for Robin's nest.
I'm just gonna hit stop. I'm just gonna hit the stop recording button now. TJ here from Comics and Us, just here to plug the social media. Check us out on Twitter. Our handle is @EveryTNUs because someone took everything and us, but the name of the Twitter page is Everything and Us Podcast, and then the handle is @EveryTNUs. You can also check us out on Instagram, which is also Everything and Us. These all encapsulate all the podcasts that I do, but you're going to find all your updates for Comics and Us, Anime and Us, so forth and so forth. You can also contact us right now at everythinganduspodcasts@gmail.com. Still working on the website. And until then, that's where you can get a hold of us. That's all. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.